Advil Congestion Relief, the right relief for the real problem. For more information, visit AdvilCongestionRelief.com. Use as directed.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Once again, here is the great Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much, Michael Horn, with us today, folks. We have very, very pleased to have, for the first time in our
history,
our broadcast history,
yes,
is Jim Roop. He is West Coast correspondent for CNN Radio Network. Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dryer. It's an honor to be with you, sir.
Well, thank you so much. I have an awful lot of real good things about you said by
whom?
Mike Horn.
Oh, that was me. I said it was.
And I assume every one of these things is true.
That's true.
Well,
and
Mike Horn's a habitual liar, so I wouldn't listen to anything.
You know, it's really funny. I'm so glad you said that. I wanted to talk to someone about him.
Yes.
He really drinks an awful lot before we go.
We need an intervention for him.
Jim is the West Coast bureau chief for CNN Radio.
Forgive me.
That's correct.
All right. Well, there's
and he was in
an upgrade.
He was in Arizona recently at the
Perfect.
Were you in Phoenix, Jim? Is that where you were hanging out?
Yes, for the primary there yesterday.
What, Jim? What do you think your take is on what is going on with the conservative base of the Republican Party in terms of them trying to come to grips with making a decision as to who they see and who they believe can beat Barack Obama?
Well, I think the problem we have right now with the Republican Party is that there's too much infighting among the four remaining potential presidential candidates. The reason why Mitt Romney, I think, is getting a lot more play than the other three is simply because he's more right-center than right-right, and the other three need to kind of move more toward the center if they're going to have a chance at all against Barack Obama in November. Mitt Romney, while he has some momentum, this thing is far from over. We still have Super Tuesday coming up on March 6th next week. 10 states are going to be playing the Choose Your Candidate game, and I think Rick Santorum and even Ron Paul has a chance at maybe moving up a little bit here. Newt Gingrich, I think he could make a play. He just needs to be a little more presidential than he has been. He's been very conversational and kind of like your best buddy kind of guy, but he needs to need some charisma brought forth before people are going to really trust him.
Newt seems to be the one that articulates things very well for me. I think I like the way he speaks to me. I believe that he is capable of doing what he says.
Well, I just love the way he slammed John King at that debate when John King opened up that debate a couple of weeks ago with a question about his wife or about his alleged affair. I just loved how he came back right away with it. It was a dumb way to open up a debate by my colleague there. But at the same time, Newt Gingrich came right back, put him in his place. I thought it was great. He didn't say too much. He said just the right amount, and he moved on. That's the great thing about Newt Gingrich. He's conversational, and he gets to the point. He just needs a little more charisma so people can start trusting the fact that he can command the presidency.
And you know what? I noticed this last night, when everybody was up after the elections and they were speaking, and I listened to every one of them, and it was just a putative list of the same old type of rhetoric. We're going to rally the base, and I'm a conservative. It's the economy, stupid, that type of a thing. But I really noticed that for the first time. I want to know if you see the same thing I do in Newt Gingrich's wife, Callista.
What is it that you see, Fred?
She's dressed like a popsicle every single opportunity that she can get, and I think it's a distraction.
How do you dress like a popsicle?
Well, did you see what she was wearing?
No, I didn't.
It looked like it was springtime for a bozo at the circus with this outfit she had on. I mean, I thought she was
springtime for a bozo.
No, I honestly I think that it's a bad decision to have her wife. His wife come out and have her dress like this. It is an absolute distraction. Have her sit next to and stand next to Newt when he was giving these speeches and trying to connect with people. I don't know if
What's your
maybe
thoughts on
it's just
that,
me.
Jim?
I don't know.
What's your thoughts on that, Jim?
I have to admit, I never really thought about that
Well, there
angle.
you go.
But I think you might be right there because what do I remember from Newt Gingrich? Not much. But you're right. Everybody notices his wife.
We're talking about a correct criticism of Newt. I think what you said is correct.
More presidential is what Jim said. And you're kind of saying his wife should.
I don't want her walking around the White House dressed like that. I don't want her coming down the hall into the Oval Office. Yeah. Exactly. You're looking like like she's getting ready for the center circle at Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
She's looking for a trapeze to join. And her hair. Honestly, I don't want to be bitchy about this, but truthfully, when you look at a candidate that you're thinking about pulling the switch for, you got to think about, well, who's he taking in there with him? He's going to take his wife in there, and she's got helmet hair. She has space age hair. It's all matted down. It's all sprayed down like it's a shell. You can put any logo of a football team on each side of her head, and you're in business.
Yeah, she doesn't comb her hair. She puts it on.
No, but it's unbelievable. She's sweet, and I met them at the Universal Studios several years ago.
She was a nice person, right?
She was very nice. And
would you tell this to her if you met her in person?
I'd whisper it to her. I'd pull her aside and say, "Darling, go back into the trailer and put on this flak jacket and get that outfit off of you."
Now wait a minute. There's real wisdom here because it's just like when you're going to vote for a president. It's like getting married. You don't marry just the woman. You marry the whole family.
You better believe it.
If you're going to pull the trigger on a president, it's not just him. It's his whole family. So you're absolutely right. You have to consider everything about that person.
That's correct.
Before you decide if you're going to punch that out there.
That's right.
So who are his advisors to not tell her?
Well, exactly. You said something.
Newt, he fired all of it. He fired everybody. Remember, he let everybody go. So
he fired the wardrobe person.
That's the person he shouldn't have fired.
That's a person you cannot fire. And hair and makeup. Get her down to the trailer and get her ready for the next interview. Jim, you make a great comment about Newt's need to be more presidential-like in his posture and his how he carries himself and how he speaks and stuff,
right.
and focus in more instead of having the great big ideas and rambling on and doing these things, which I like. I enjoy that. But part of being presidential is his wife. I don't think what I saw last night, and I have been seeing red outfits with scarves and purple and all green and all of these primary colors, these popsicle colors. That's to me not presidential.
Well, I think you have to consider that when you go into the voting booth.
Yeah.
But also you're right about another thing. There's all these ideas and no substance yet. Everybody's talking. Yeah, we got to fix the economy. We have to build jobs, but nobody's telling us how. I haven't heard one person say, "Well, here's how I'm going to build jobs. I'm going to tax every manufacturer who outsources everything, so that they have to manufacture in the U.S., and that will create jobs because you can't create something out of nothing."
Well,
so
exactly.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of talk, and there's no plan. There's no substance, and that's what we need right now too. If there's a Republican that's going to beat Barack Obama, then he's going to have a plan. He's going to have to tell us what it is, so that we can say, okay, we're good with that.
Now, Jim, we're going to take a break here. Can you hold on for another segment?
I think
it's only 5 minutes segment, and we'll get you onto the freeway as soon as you.
You got it. I'm there for you.
Thanks so much. Well, when we come back, we're going to continue this phone conversation with Jim Roop. It's the bureau chief here, the West
Coast bureau chief for CNN Radio News. The great Jim Roop is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. It is the PM show, weekend edition with the one and only Fred Dryer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Email us incoming at crni.net. It's 21 past the hour.